Feeling like Grash Unleashed. Bullet Club go around here, I'm a cactus. Bang, bang, gang, I don't owe you jack. When I'm in the ring, it's just me and my best friends. OC cutting no slack. Hollywood Miz, you can put me on the A-list. Grash Unleashed, better put it on your playlist. Me and my fam be ballin' like the Bruce. Fight night, baby, hard hitting like Sheamus. Family first, yes, bloodline business. Winning all the gold, look at how they witness. I was taught to be the greatest. 1,000 days I'm running, check out the book of Guinness. Coolin' with the baddies in the baddie section. Guarantee you they ain't jaded. Yellow, you baby face, I ain't feeling your gimmick. The fans think it's overrated. I bet you thought you the EST, but homie, you don't even really go here. I'm better than you and you know it. Scumbag, baby, I'ma make that clear. Making many moves while I'm headed on a flight. I'm the megastar, baby, on these LA nights. Putting on 5-star classics, contract year, cause today is a whole new price. Brock Lesnar on the beast. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content on a daily. Feeling like Grash Unleashed.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Grash Unleashed podcast. This is episode 110 of the show that brings you the good vibes to the best of our abilities. Joining you as always is the voice that does the most, the parade of mischief, Gresh. And joining me as always is one of my main mans, one of my partners representing the Sucio Boys podcast. He is none other than Jermaine. Highlight Reel is aiming to join us at some point during tonight's show. But yo, Jermaine, how you feeling, my brother?
Brother, I'm here. That's all I can say right now. I'm here. And I got my co-host, he walking around somewhere. And now he chilling on the spot on the sofa. I don't know what the hell he was barking at just now, but yeah. We here.
We here, man. You know, we had another week, another successful weekend in wrestling and sports and all that stuff. But speaking of sports, how we feeling with in the football world? Because I know we got some news that's been dropping left and right.
Let me tell you something. I think tomorrow night when I hit go live on the pod, it's probably going to be about 90% of the first couple of days of, well, the NFL technically calls it the tampering period, open negotiation period, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'll get into the nuances of all that tomorrow night on Sucio Sports, which you can follow right there at Sucio Sports. But at Sports with a Z. But yeah, man, like it's been like you usually get like alerts and stuff on your phone from like different apps or whatever. And these few days of NFL free agency, like you tend to like grab your phone a little bit quicker and pay more attention to it, is how I'll put it. Because you really never know, especially in this day and age where teams are feeling more willy-nilly with trades and stuff like that, and finding creative ways to create cap space in order to sign free agents, it gets even more interesting. So I just been like looking down at my phone every couple of minutes when I get an alert, like, okay, what didn't happen now? You know, like that's just the way it is. And it'll be like that. Probably it was like that yesterday. It was like that today. It'll probably be like that tomorrow. And then I'm suspecting Thursday, Friday or so, maybe it'll start to die down a little bit.
All right, man. So yeah, that sounds interesting because I know I saw Pat McAfee say someone was his guy on Twitter. I was like, and I looked at the picture, I'm like, I know that ain't who I think it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the crazy part about it is the thing that I love though is the fact that Anthony Richardson decided not to run from the grind and request a trade because the Colts ended up signing Daniel Jones. So I love that because there are so many times nowadays where whether it's in college where guys hit the transfer portal or in the NFL or NBA, they bring in somebody at your position or that does something similar and you're ready to leave town. And to know that he was not only ready to stay, but ready to, openly, they said it's going to be an open quarterback competition between the two of them. But I kind of like the move by the Colts organization because it's a very low risk, high reward type of signing. And it could also light a fire under your former number 4 overall draft pick, and get him to, like, start to realize some of that potential a lot more quickly.
Fascinating. I'm listening to you because I'm like, man, this man, one, knows his shit, and two, I'm like, yeah, I had to keep. We haven't had a football talk on this show in a couple months, so we might as well.
Yeah.
That was our dose of it, so that's why I was like,
Look, don't get me
cool.
started. Matter of fact, I need to send a text message to somebody, see if they can hop on the show tomorrow.
And
Thank you for that question.
speaking of drafts and shows and lists, you know how we called out WWE for their lack of acknowledgement for Black History Month. A certain company from that a lot of people haven't really been acknowledging, if you will, just released their own list, and that was BET. They just dropped their 15 best Black pro wrestlers list.
I saw the women's video. I saw the women's
I did
tribute
too.
video.
I did too.
And I thought it was because, it's BET, of course, it's going to be something Black. But I thought it was because this was International Women's Month, and we just had International Women's Day, I believe, on Saturday or Sunday or whatever. So, not to sound dismissive or anything, ladies, trust me, because I let my daughter pick whatever she wanted me to go and get them to eat. I gave her a couple of choices. She picked something. I said, okay, cool. That's what we eating today. But no, I just thought that it was just something that they did for International Women's History Month. I did not even realize that they put out an actual list.
Yeah, I got the list right here. Actually, it's there was the top 15. A lot. I know some people probably won't agree with it, but hey, that's the beauty behind curating your own list. Like, it could be something that you it's like something you agree with, something you may not agree with. But yeah, BET. See, shout out L. What up, Sloan? Sierra said BET.
What's up, Sloan?
People that still work there. That's what I said.
Not this.
Not this.
Not this.
But according to this this list, we have at number 15, Jazz. At number 14, Shelton Benjamin. Shout out. Number 13, Naomi. Number 12, Jacqueline. Okay, Jackie. Number 11, Big E.
She's still fine.
Yes. Number 10, Devon Dudley. Number 9, Bianca Belair. Number 8, Bobby Lashley. Number 7, Ron Simmons. Number 6, Junkyard Dog. Number 5, they call her Sasha Banks. Other people know her as Mercedes Moné as well. Number 4, Mark Henry. Number 3, Kofi Kingston. Number 2, The Rock. And number 1, Booker T.
Okay.
So, and they actually have a whole article like breaking down their reasoning and everything.
Like, this is my live reaction because I didn't even know that they did this list.
Me either.
So Gresh just hit me with it. I'm just like, okay, bet. Like, and the thing is when you say all time and lists and things like that, it's totally subjective. It's totally up to whoever made this list, voted on it, whatever they decided to put together. This is how they view it. People are more than welcome to make their own lists if they want to. So I'm just saying, like, what you need to do is when you look at these lists, if they put out a criteria, sometimes they put out a criteria. Even if they don't, just look at their list, and if you're saying this person, where's this person, where's that person, this person should be higher, that person should be lower, make your list. And a lot of the times, that's the beauty of doing what we do, is that we can not only critique what they did, but we can also say, hey, you know what, I'll redo it and I'll make it better, or whatever it is. But that's a solid list. You can argue placement and whatnot and maybe interchange a few pieces, but overall, that's a solid list.
Yeah, if you go based off like recency bias, I would definitely have Bianca higher as well as Big E higher. But also, if you go over like of all time, I feel like Booker is definitely a top 5 as well as The Rock. as well as Mark Henry. Like if you, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, it's interchangeable. It's subjective. That's the beauty behind lists and wrestling. Everything is subjective. You're gonna like some shit. You're not gonna like some shit. But the beauty is, like, don't get offended and don't disrespect lists because you don't want to pit black people against black people. That's fucking stupid.
The talk about it, because we got people in the industry who are like that, and not only are they non-black, but we have some blacks who's like that as well. And to me, that is more divisive to denounce something that's being inclusive of just black people, because we see the struggle that we have as a society. And I'm not about to get on the rant on my soapbox or nothing, please. But we see what we go through as a society, as a people, as a minority in this country. So for us to give some shine to us is okay. It's not like we're exclusionary or anything like that. It's just bringing attention to something that doesn't get as much attention in the mainstream media. That's it. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. I thought that was nice. Like this conversation was like a nice way to kick off, because I was genuinely surprised when I saw BET, because I feel like BET ain't been BET since the first Obama administration. But that's just me.
Yeah, see, and Hart's just like, I thought, and this is me not even fully like reading through the tweet or whatever. Keeks quoted the actual list.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was the women's thing. I was like, yeah, it's Women's History Month. And Hearts was like, but Booker T is number one. So I'm like, oh, well, I literally, I didn't even know. I didn't even click on it to like read it. I just thought it was something that they were doing for Women's History Month. But it's almost kind of weird, because it's like, y'all had all last month to put this out in Black History Month. Why y'all wait till the second week of March to put this out? Like, we could have did this a month ago, bro. Like, that's why I kept looking at it thinking it's got to be something for Women's History Month.
Yeah, it's like a case of better late than never, but it would have been nice if it was like a month ago type beat. But at the same time, we're grateful. We're grateful that you're giving the acknowledgement to the legends and legends of the business. But at the same time, you like, where was this? Because this month is damn near over. I ain't even gonna hold you. We were like,
bro,
2 weeks left of this month. So it's like,
it's the 11th. It's the 11th, bro. We're into the second full week of March. Like, bro, you could have did it, bro. If you would have did this 2 weeks ago today, you still in the last week of Black History Month. You still solid on this.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming them for me not reading everything and paying attention like I should. This is when I evoke my old car. Sometimes I'll be old, don't be paying attention, forgetful, bad with technology, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I just thought that if we gonna put some shine on Black people and Black wrestlers, we could have done it in Black History Month. Especially from Black entertainment television.
Black entertainment television ain't been Black entertainment television in a long time.
Hey, bro, the last time I remember BET being great, it was like, I'm gonna say early 2000s, early to mid 2000s was like the last time, because you had that whole 106 and Park era, and Rhapsody the Basement was still kind of something.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wasn't
early to mid 2000s was like the last good times at BET.
And that was before every other movie was a Tyler Perry movie.
Oh my gosh, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like, it'd be like the same, like 4 or 5 plots. It's just different characters and different settings.
That's the thing too. His plots are all the same, and then people be thinking I'm a glorified hater. I'm like, I'm not hating on the nigga. I love it when Black people win, but at the same time, we have to stop accepting mediocrity and call a spade when we like, hey, bro, change it up. Switch it up. Switch up the plot.
Bro, like, there's so many more interesting stories that you can tell. Like, I promise you, if you get me like some good food, some good liquor or something, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't even need a fancy hotel room, just as long as it's clean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, like I may need to get up, walk around, get out a little bit, but like give me a solid like week or weekend or something. And I can come up with at least 6 to 10 different like stories and scenarios that you can just riff off of and we can just start writing off of. Just lock me in for a good week or so. And we could get this, like we could take this off and bring this to something more new, more current, more, more interesting. Because after 10, 15, almost 20 years or whatever, doing the same shtick over and over and over, like, bro, people grown tired of it. You have to grow with your audience.
I saw someone say he I thought he retired the dress. I said that brother had a Medea homecoming in 2022. He got another one coming out this year, a Medea destination wedding.
Come on, dog. Like, why, bro? Why, bro? Like the people who thought that shit was funny and cool, they old as hell now. They don't even like it no more.
They either old as hell or they not here no more.
Right. Why are we recycling this shit? Like, bro, leave it alone. Like, put it somewhere. Put it down. It's almost like a kid who gets new toys every Christmas, but you still playing with the same toys you got 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, do you not see this whole toy box full of new toys I got you? But you keep listening to, wearing, playing with the same old stuff.
Like if I gotta hear Elmo sing la 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 Elmo's World, and you got a new Barney toy over here, bruh. Press that button, goddammit. I want to hear I love you. I want to hear that.
I'm gonna take them toys and throw them away or give them away or something. You gonna play with these new damn toys.
You go, hey, bro. I ain't slave over this. I ain't slave in this hot sun every goddamn day for you to be playing the same toy that you've been playing since 2005. It's 2025. Let it go.
Right? And wear some clothes that actually fit.
Out here looking like radio. Grow the fuck up. Shit.
Hey, if I hit you below the belt, sometime Gresh will take it to your knees. Like he will take it that much lower. Like,
yeah.
It depends on which one of us goes low first. The other one gonna go lower.
Yeah.
Pause. It took me a minute, but like it registered.
Like, hold on, pause.
I did not have a pre-show nap or energy drink coffee or nothing, so it might get a little weird sometimes. Sorry.
Speaking of things somewhat getting weird, we got a new Travis Scott t-shirt.
Okay.
Wrestling is real.
I'll give it this. Cool shirt. 2 things. Number 1, it's a t-shirt and it's $55.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Number 2, when you look it up, it says takes 5 to 6 weeks before it ships.
Okay. This is a special event item. Orders containing this product will be shipped separately. This item will be shipped no later than April 25th, 2025. So after WrestleMania?
Exactly. That was my damn point. That was my point. Like a $55 t-shirt, I could almost get over because it's like, it's Travis Scott. It's got his logo on it. It's got WWE on it. It's probably going to be more expensive than a normal like $25, $30 t-shirt or whatever. But the fact that the shirt don't even ship until after Mania?
Like, what if I wanted to wear that while at Mania?
You are missing a golden opportunity where you're going to have literally hundreds of thousands of wrestling fans descend upon Las Vegas, Nevada, that you could have been selling this shirt out of WWE world at $55, $65 a pop, whatever you want to mark it up, and go crazy, go stupid with this. But you're going to not even ship it until after Mania?
Hopefully they sell it at WWE World. That would be smart if they're smart.
I wonder if they are. I haven't seen anything else but this website and this link in order to order the shirt. So we'll just have to wait and see. We know, like a lot of the times, Travis Scott's Cactus Jack, whatever his merchandise typically is going to be at a higher price point than normal. when it comes to apparel, like t-shirts and pants and stuff like that. But to like make it wrestling specific and then not even ship it until after the biggest, like the wrestling Christmas, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Nah, it doesn't. I just like I like the fact that he used the scratch logo.
Yeah, that
lets me know that they should have never changed the logo. I understand why they did it from a corporate point of view, but from a like everybody associates WWF WWE with that scratch logo.
Yeah, and you know instantly when you see that, it's like that. It's almost like there's certain like the Nike swoosh, the WWE scratch logo, the arches for McDonald's. Like there's just certain logos that are iconic that you recognize instantly, and that scratch logo is definitely one of them because that was the logo for the Attitude Era in which a lot of people like really got into wrestling or got back into it. And a lot of people that are getting back into it nowadays, coincidentally, they identify with that logo.
Facts. Yeah. We talk about WWE World. It's almost Vegas time. That's coming up real soon. Like, what's our excitement levels for Vegas? Because they've been kind of ever since Elimination Chamber. I feel like everybody's excitement for Mania has increased massively.
Oh, for sure. I've just personally speaking, within our little crew of people that are all going, we like even started a separate chat just for the people who are all going to Vegas. And like we just have different things set up, planned, and everything. So we're like really excited because it's basically going to be like a big family reunion. And like, you know, y'all gonna be there, and like everybody that we typically talk to or pod with or know what have you, everybody's gonna be there. And so we're getting more and more excited as you know that time comes. But as far as like Mania itself and everything surrounding WWE specific, I think that the excitement level is going up weekly. Because we're getting everything like from the Rumble to Elimination Chamber, between the end of the Rumble and the end of Elimination Chamber, it's gotten, you know, turned up a lot. And then like SmackDown and Raw this past week, it turned it up a little bit more. And so we're starting to see the actual quote unquote road to WrestleMania, like we're used to seeing, where everything is ramped up. We're on that road now, and we're about a month out, almost a month out. So it's starting to feel more real. It's starting to get excitement. I did hear that ticket sales have slowed or are kind of slow. But I think what's going to happen is the closer we get to the event, I think tickets, as the ticket sales slow down, that with that dynamic pricing, they're going to drop, and then more people are going to buy.
Oh yeah, like some people are going to wait the day of, literally, to see if they can get like a cheaper deal, and then which 9 times out of 10 they do because they're trying to get rid of tickets, and which is also it worked in some people's favor because they literally the day of they would get tickets and then they'd be on the floor for like $100 and something.
Bro, here's the thing: at your biggest show of the year, you don't want any empty seats. And the thing is with dynamic pricing, the way it typically works is when the event is announced or whatever, tickets are always going to be priced at a premium price point. As excitement level, ticket sales, time goes on, it goes up and down, just depending on different factors that whatever they use in the algorithm to set it. And so it's going to happen when, like you said, it's going to come to that point where they're like, okay, we got to do something because we got X amount of seats, especially within good view of camera shots that are empty still. Best way to fill them is to drop the prices. I mean, you still getting butts and seats, and you still probably already made your money back in tenfold. Everything else is lanyap on top of that.
Yeah. And it probably doesn't help that they're trying to charge car notes for these tickets too. So,
bro, I've seen some tickets that look like rent or mortgage payments. That is wild.
My rent, like I put out at least a good $2,300 a month for everything. And I saw that, I was like, Yeah, no, I'm gonna live at my house.
Bro, look.
But as of
Like,
now, the goal is to hit Vegas if all goes according to plan, because my brother wants to slide through too with me.
yes,
So the
yes.
goal is to hit Vegas. Hopefully nothing expensive shoots me in the foot. Even if I just fly out there for like a day, like just to make sure I just want to be there. So
Bro, listen.
because I can go to a watch party for Mania. Like I really don't care to be there. I've already lost my quote unquote, as Joey Styles said once upon a time. I've already lost my WrestleMania virginity last year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm not really like clamoring like, oh my god, this will be my first WrestleMania. Like I've already I've already experienced WrestleMania live, and it was cold as shit, but it was still a fun time.
The couple times it was here in Houston out of 17 and 25. I believe I could have gone, but I wasn't like even thinking about like that was like some sort of possibility or anything like that, right?
Right.
And I know for a fact, I want to say 17 was around it was somewhere around the Kappa Beach party that year. So I was like, well, definitely I'm going to the beach party. I ain't going to WrestleMania. Again, several other stories for other pods. But when 25 rolled around, now I'm a married man with 2 kids, and it's like, wait a minute, like hold up, like it ain't in the budget.
It's above the budget right now.
Yeah. You know, these kids got, they gotta eat, they got school clothes and stuff like that. Like, we about to hit the summer. They just came off spring break. Like, nah, we ain't about to pay for all that. And then I gotta bring them, and it wasn't worth it at that time. And then I want to say later on that year, that I want to say that December, that 2009, I believe it was either 2009, one of them years. Went to a SmackDown taping at the Toyota Center, and that's when my son caught the bug. And from there, it was 30, 32, and 34 that I've gone to.
Right. And I always tell this story, but the first Mania I actually ordered was 27 when they was here.
Oh wow!
So because I was hyped, I think the reason why I bought it was because The Rock came back. Undertaker versus Triple H was piqued my interest. I was like, yo, I think oh yeah, CM Punk versus Randy Orton, that piqued my interest as well. So it was certain matches and my sister was high on Jersey Shore at the time, so her Snooki being there, she was like, I want to watch it, and we watched everything. We was just like, it was a good time, and then it was like outside of those matches I mentioned, it was kind of a mixed bag. Like it was boring.
Yeah, that was one of those manias where you, like you say, you don't go back and rewatch the whole thing. You just watch certain matches.
I don't even remember the last time I rewatched it. That's the crazy part. Like, I think the last time I watched it was like during the build to the next year. That's when I looked back and saw some clips and some highlights, and I was like, huh, it's still kind of bad. But I think that's another reason why I'm always clamoring for them to come back at some point.
Yeah.
Or a Mania, or at least within the proximity. So like, seeing like my brother lives out in Florida. Like if they ever go back to if it's like a Florida Mania, he still calls it the wrestling matches. But but if he sees that I'm around and I'm interested, he'll definitely check it out.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was kind of hoping like my son may get back into it and want to come, especially because John Cena and everything. But like, I wasn't gonna want to go. Yeah. He may not have even wanted to go, but I was just like, bro, like, you old enough now, like we could go and hang out, like have a good time or whatever. But it wasn't meant to be. And I was like, I'm gonna treat this more like a business trip. Like, we're gonna have some fun, but gotta treat this more like a business trip. You know what I'm saying? So,
business networking type.
Yeah. Keep the receipts right off. But anyway, like I think I personally, just myself, I got more excited after they made the announcement that next year was going to be in New Orleans.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason too. Is like if I do go to Vegas, I wouldn't stay the whole weekend because I feel like I would have more fun in New Orleans because I've been multiple times to New Orleans, and every time I've been, I'm always like, yo, let's hit up. So, you know how some people like to hit up the main tourist spot. I'm like, hey, let's go hit up. They want to hit up Bourbon Street and all that stuff. I'm like, let's go hit up the French Quarter. Like, let's go. Like that's what when I told you the spot that we stayed at. Like, we had more fun at the French Quarter, roaming around and meeting people than we did in Bourbon Street. I was like, yeah,
Bro, let me tell you something,
go
man.
back.
Like some of the most fun that we gonna have down there, like, bro, I'm trying to come to your people house. Bro, Clarence is from there too. He act like he not from there.
He like, I'm gonna come to your house,
bro. You talking about coming to my? I'm trying to go to y'all house. I mean, I want to be bothered with my mama all week at WrestleMania.
I'm going to wherever the good food is.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie though. Like, if I do have like a little dinner party, like I had talked about with just some close friends, family, whatever, to come through, and I did it at my mom's house, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna text you this picture, just you individually, because I know you're not a heavy drinker like I am, but trust me, when you see this, it's like, yeah, it'll change your life.
Listen, if I'm not a heavy drinker, I don't drink at all actually anymore. But my brother is. So if whatever you send me, I'll be like, hey, bro, check this out. And he'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try that. Like this is how this nigga talk. Like if you know how I talk. And nigga like, oh yeah, I'll check it out. He gonna whoop my ass for saying it like that. But yeah, that's literally how he's like, hell yeah, I'll check it out. Let's do it. He repeats himself a lot, but I love him, so it's all good. So
Hey, man.
going to my brother's house.
Oh, bro, look, and what's funny is his brother and my mom stay on two total opposite sides of the city. Like,
you gotta go all the way over there.
One is far west and the other one is way far east. It is literally like on two total opposite sides of the city.
Hey man, I'm ready.
Yeah, but it's crazy though, bro. Like, it's gonna be fun because, like I said, it's almost gonna be like a big ass family reunion with everyone being there. And the last few years I've been saying I'm gonna go, and then I never end up going. But this year I kind of made it more of a point to do so. Simply because, like, doing this pod, doing Sucio Sports, and writing for Black Wrestling and different stuff like that, and appearing on other podcasts and whatnot, and it's just like, nah, I need to do this. Like, this is something that's becoming more and more ingrained in what I'm doing as far as media stuff wise. So I need to go and do the appearances and like go outside and touch grass
and have fun. Like, touch grass, as some people like to say online. So yeah, we actually going out to touch grass too, and be normal, civilized individuals, and not obsess about scripted entertainment.
Exactly.
And speaking of scripted entertainment, I guess we might as well go ahead and start talking about what went down this weekend. Revolution, AEW Revolution, fun show. If you stop watching after the steel cage.
It was about 3.5 hours of pretty good pay-per-view wrestling.
Mm-hmm. What was your standout? What was your standout this week?
Ooh. And I'm the one that typed this in the notes.
Mm-hmm.
And I still haven't made a decision. But I will have to go with that cage match, honestly. And simply for the fact that there were high spots, there was a ton of color. But the story that they told in that match, even though there was, color and high spots, it was the story that they told. And from the very beginning, where Fletcher is standing atop the cage waiting for Ospreay to make his entrance. Ospreay comes out and they're both, opposing each other, standing at the top of the cage. They both slowly climb down as the referee, he's telling Fletcher to get down so I can ring the damn bell. Like, come on, dumbass. And they ring the bell, and the first thing they do is charge each other and start swinging. And I'm thinking, whenever you have a quote unquote hot start to a match like that, you're thinking like, okay, this is probably going to be like a typical Goldberg Lesnar match, hard hitting for 5 to maybe 10 minutes if we're lucky, and then it'll be over. But with Ospreay and Fletcher, it's not going to be a 5-10 minute banger and we're out. So when they started like that, it kind of gave me a different feel because this is not typically how they would have started that match. And they went through some motions. They took you on that ride. They told that story. And the coolest, most critical part about them telling that story was, if you paid attention in the pre-match video, how Ospreay talked about how that was like his little brother and he took him in and this and that. And then they even had Mark Davis get involved in the match. And then at the end, when he tells him, I hate you, F you, blah, 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 blah. And then Ospreay hits him with the elbow and ends it. Like that was cinema to me.
Yeah, I enjoy this match more than I expected because I'm not gonna hold you. I'm the type that be like, okay, this is gonna be a spot fest. It's gonna be they just gonna they're gonna do this, do that, and then it's like once I turn my brain off, I'm like, yo, this is some of the best work that I've ever seen in recent memory. Like this wasn't necessarily my match of the night. That was for the ladies, but
okay, yeah,
this is definitely a fun main event. I'm going to say main event because, this was my main event. This is when I should have went to sleep after Will Ospreay won. This is when I should have went to sleep because
it was it's not much to write home about that main event. And I went back and watched this one and the women's match. I watched them a couple times since. Just to get a better feel for the matches because I was dead tired that night, but I'm still like watching. And I like to watch at least, once or twice or at least again, after the main watch to kind of get a better feel for the whole show for certain spots and for certain matches. And this was one of the ones that I made sure I went back and watched again and again because I enjoyed it that much. It was definitely between this match, the women's match, and the Kenny Omega Takeshita match. Those were my 3 top matches on that card. And it was hard for me to pick between this one and the ladies. But I ultimately went with this one just because they had some crazy high spots. And the women had some crazy fighting
Spanish
spots.
fly from the top of the cage was crazy.
Bro. And the crazy thing about it is most people think Ospreay hurt his hip on that spot. He actually hurt his hip trying to do the Os cutter springboard off the cage. If you notice earlier in that match, right after that springboard Os cutter off the cage, he kind of limped around and grabbed at his hip. That's when he actually did it. So for him to already have hurt that hip and then still follow through at that spot and actually land on that hip, I was like, hey man, more power to you for just getting up and walking off after this match, much less winning it.
So shout out MVP. He's right. We'll need to tone it down a little bit, or he gonna regret that later. Because that looked painful. But overall fun match. And speaking of Omega and Takeshita, Kenny Omega is the new AEW International Champion.
It was a really good match. The ending kind of threw me off a little bit. Because,
the roll-up?
Yeah, because not only did he win with the roll-up, it's a babyface that beat a heel for his title with a roll-up, and there was no attack or nothing after the match.
Yeah, you would have thought that they would have, like, someone would have attacked him or something, but nah. He just won with a roll-up, which I'm guessing the story that they was trying, this is just my perspective of it, I'm guessing because it was like, he can't utilize his one wing angles because he's been working on the guts the entire time. Mm-hmm. The diverticulitis. So it was kind of like that's the story they were saying, like, okay, Takeshita was getting cocky. Don Callis, he was annoying me, and it's not the type of like, oh my god, I can't wait to him to get his ass whooped. It's like, bro, just stop. It was almost to the point where I just kept checking out of the match because I'm like, here he go.
Bro, he does. Don Callis does have like go away heat sometimes. He really does, because and I think if he was either kept on commentary or even better yet, kept at ringside, it would be better. But it's because he does this hybrid thing where you hear him on commentary and then you see him at ringside as well. It's like, bro, pick a struggle. Because you're annoying the hell out of me with both of them. I just want you to annoy the hell out of me with one or the other. Since you have to be here, annoy us one way, not both ways. But
I got it, and then especially because I have to hear you snatch off the headphones, so that's another annoyance,
bro. It's like I don't want to hear that. I don't even want to replicate that sound because I know it annoys both of us.
Yeah.
So that to people like us who have done audio production and editing and video editing and production and stuff like that is like nails on a chalkboard. Okay. Yeah. We don't want to hear that. Like, I hate when I make those kind of mistakes. I don't like that. In
this match, he did it 4 times.
Bro.
So all you heard was I'm like, if you don't stop.
it like just you replicating that sound kind of gave me a slight chill, because like it's just hearing that is just so unprofessional. Like, come on. But I mean, not to take away from what those guys did.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why it wasn't as high as the other two. Because I was like, Don Callis kind of just dropped it down a little bit. But overall, quality-wise, Kenny Omega hasn't missed since coming back. I believe this is his third or fourth match.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I know he had the one against Gabe Kidd. He had this one against Takeshita. And I think he had one more on like a
tag
Dynamite
match. Wasn't the Down Under in Australia?
Yes, he had the Osprey, him and Osprey against Fletcher and Takeshita in Australia. He had this match against Takeshita, Gabe Kidd. No, you know what? It may be 4, because I think he may have wrestled another singles match or so on a Dynamite, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because they said 2-0 since January.
Okay, then it's just if it is 2-0 singles.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it was somebody else. I just can't think of it right now. But Kenny, one thing about Kenny is he hasn't missed a beat since coming back from injury, and Takeshita's still Takeshita. Like, that's why I put that at tweet. I was like, Kenny, by God, Omega and Konosuke motherfucking Takeshita, because I'm like, Don Cal. Like, I don't want people assume that I'm just shitting on it. It's like, once you get your thoughts out on Don Callis and you take away his involvement, the talent is great. The matches are always
for sure.
So, but yeah, Kenny is the international champion. I'm pretty sure they're setting up him and Okada at some point.
Please just unify them damn titles and take that way you condense them and take some away, because like I can't, like, y'all got way too many damn titles. And people
I do be getting them confused sometimes. I'd be like, wait, which one is this?
I'm like, wait a minute, hold up now. Like, why do we need 2 mid-card titles? If we don't have like 2 whole like separate brands or anything like that, or like just you have one amalgamation of talent.
Well, technically,
you already got all the titles in ROH.
I'm gonna say, technically, isn't this like the 3rd mid-card title? Because you got the TBS, the TNT title, the Continental title, and the International Championship.
Bro, you know what? You're right. And that's just in AEW. We haven't even counted ROH, the pure and the TV titles that they got.
Yeah. Wait, Jesus.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Okada and Brody was the good part of the show. Like, wasn't great, wasn't exceptional. It was just the good part. That was the good part.
I enjoyed that match though. Like, there's matches that you may not like rate as high or whatever, or like, you know, put them up there, but they're good matches and they serve a purpose on the show. And that Okada Brody was one of those really good matches that you know, served a purpose on the show. I love that Okada had to wrestle against a much bigger opponent That way he doesn't look like the big guy all the time, because when he was over in Japan, 9 times out of 10, he was much bigger than whoever it was he was wrestling. Pause. When he got to AEW, it's still kind of the same thing. Not as much, but I mean, still, no, he's not a small person. But matching him up against a Brody King, like somebody who's clearly the much bigger person in this match, it gave it a different feel. It made him, dig into his bag a little bit, and he couldn't just, push him around and punk him or nothing like that. And Brody is going to hit the hell out of you. And he turned Okada's chest into mincemeat like within the first 5-10 minutes of the match or so. So I love big meaty men slapping meat. It wasn't technically that, but it was just a good hard-hitting match.
Pause.
Thank you. I told you I'm gonna need the assist tonight, bro. I'm struggling. Like, I can come up with the thoughts, but I can't finish them off all the time.
Oh my god! And speaking of meat slapping, Momo Watami was trying to cave Mercedes' whole chest and mouth in.
Bro, bro. Here's the thing about watching a match like this with a talent like a Momo Watanabe. Like, you see her highlights and stuff, or you may even go back and watch some of her matches or whatever. But until you watch that shit live with the volume cranked up and you focused in and paying attention, bro, I rewatched this one. It was like in the middle of the night the other night, right?
Right.
And I had it on my laptop. I actually had to turn the volume down because of how hard she was kicking Mercedes. I swear, I looked over and I was like, wait a minute, what do I have the volume on? I was like, wait, it's kind of loud. Maybe the sound went up or something. Because, sometimes people will do that. Like, they'll elevate the sound, different mics or whatever. No, she was just kicking the shit out of her. That's pretty much what it was.
I'm like, and the fact that when they cut to when she won, because obviously Mercedes retained.
Mm-hmm.
When they cut to her when I was checking her, like, her mouth to make sure, like, she wasn't bleeding or had like a busted lip. Nah, she was perfectly fine.
No, and the crazy thing about it is if you go back and watch her as I want to say she was backing up the entrance ramp, or she turned around and did her little dance or whatever, you could tell she was kind of wincing.
Yeah, she was like,
because God, she was like,
see.
4 belt on that, yeah. Like, you could see it, because I'm like, bro, it ain't no way you could be as safe as you want to be. When you getting hit and kicked that damn hard, that shit hurts.
Yeah. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, great match, great. Like, they're obviously building to her versus Billy Starks at some point, which is going to inevitably get to her and Athena, because it would be a missed opportunity to have All In Texas and not have Athena on that card.
Bro, listen. I really think that Athena should be the one to dethrone Mercedes for that TBS title. And that should be the key to getting Athena on AEW television and getting her out of ROH. Because you spent the better part of 2, almost 3 years building her up. When are we going to get some sort of payoff about this? For one, making a new star down there at ROH, to have her either vacate the title and have a tournament and have somebody step up and win it, or have her just flat out just go ahead and lose it to somebody.
Yeah.
And then also on the other end, getting Athena back on AEW regular television on a weekly basis. Because when you got somebody like that and she's doing the things that she's doing, and she's worked on her character, her moves, and everything, like, she's gotten better overall being there. Now do something with it.
Yeah, because the last time she was on AEW TV, Jade Cargill was still in the company.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come
bruh.
on, man.
So I definitely want to see that at some point. We started off the show with Hangman versus MJF, and this was one of. I feel like Revolution is MJF's show because I feel like every time he's wrestled at Revolution, he's had a great match. He had that match with Darby Allin. I believe that was at Revolution. He had the Iron Man match against Bryan Danielson where they went overtime, where he was legit exhausted. Like
Oh yeah,
they
that
said he was
at
not playing. He was
Revolution.
legit exhausted. And Bryan was
Yeah,
just smiling.
I want to say he had like a whole 2-3 weeks off after that one match.
Mhm.
I want to say it gave him at least 2 weeks off after that match. But yeah, man, this was a good one though, and we were talking about this. I want to say online or something like that. It may have even been on Blue Sky. I don't even think it was on Twitter or something. But I was talking about it with some wrestling fans. It was like, how do you even structure this card? When you look back at this card, how do you build it? How do you take fans on that ride? You know, because sometimes the curtain jerker is just as critical as the main event as far as the match placement is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the opening match, you get the crowd going, you set the tone for the rest of the card. And so it's just in hindsight, this was a good choice to start off the show with. I thought they should have started off with started, not sharded, but Takeshita and Omega to open the show. But this was a good match to open the show with, I will say.
Yeah. Because I personally voted for the cage match to open. I was like, it'll be a nice way to start off the show.
That was another one.
But we started off with MJF and Hangman, and this was a match where MJF was basically his insecurities came into play. Why did they pick you? Why what's so special about you? Like you could tell his frustrations was part of his downfall. So I love that they went with that route. Like that's what I can appreciate. I can appreciate everything about what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. But it was so good though, because what they did in this match was kind of like they set the tone for stories moving forward with both guys. It doesn't have to end here with them two feuding, and it doesn't mean that MJF is buried and Hangman's going to ascend because one won and one lost. So I love what they did as far as the storytelling in this match is concerned, and especially the insecurities in both guys leading up to the match and during the match. That was very, very critical to both characters.
Facts. Hurt Syndicate retained their tag team titles for those who had any doubt. It was lopsided as a motherfucker.
Hey man, this felt like when you fatten up a mouse to feed it to a snake. That's what this felt like. Like they boosted the Outrunners for the last like month or so to fatten them up and feed them to the Hurt Syndicate.
Hey man, if the Outrunners was your cup of tea, cool. So be it. This match went about as it could have had a 5 minutes trimmed off of it personally, but there's that. And also we got Leslie Jones in the building.
Bro, Leslie Jones, she was losing her ever-loving mind during that Swerve Ricochet match.
Yeah.
Bro, I was like, is that Leslie Jones? I was like, that is Leslie Jones. I said, she acting a damn fool watching this match. She was, Leslie Jones was acting a fool so much. I didn't even notice Ron Funch and a few other people that were around her because she was going crazy.
She was sweating so much of white, but I was like, bro, she let out. It's like she was in the midst of a mean sermon. She was in the midst, like she was like, get ready. Yes, Lord. Yes, Pastor. Yeah, I swear. Yes, I swear when I drive. Now, Nigel, we all don't look alike. Just so you know. That wasn't no Prince Nana's mama, nigga. He's older than her.
But again, and this is another callback conversations that we had over the last few weeks. Like, I'm enjoying different new fans, people like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a little like insider and dirty stuff. I am to it.
I don't know, man. It's been cool to see, man. It's been really cool to see, and I love how they're into it like super fans would. Like they're normal fans, just like us. They just happen to be famous people outside of being wrestling fans. But the way they get into it and react to it, like she did, I love seeing stuff like that. To me, it's good for the business.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I agree with that. So I like it. It lets you know that hey, it doesn't matter the company. It doesn't matter where they are. If the talent is there, they can enjoy. Because you mentioned Swerve and Ricochet. I enjoyed that match. I enjoyed the story that they was telling with Prince Nana in the robe. But yep, Swerve Strickland is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
This was another like good match with some good storytelling in it as well. Like low key, this was like if we had a top 5 matches of the night, this would definitely be in my top 5. It's just the cage match, the ladies match, those two were like really hardcore. The Kesta Kenny match was more technical. This one had a lot of different storytelling elements in it. It did have a little bit of violence, not as much, but it did have some violence to it. But the whole, Swerve pushing Nana and that whole thing, and Nana walking off, and then Swerve eventually presenting him with the robe, and them two like hugging it out at the end and everything. And I'll even put his post main event Batman dive Swerve stomp onto John Moxley and the security and everything. Like I'll add that to this match because to me that was still a part of this match because if it weren't for the outcome of that match, that spot would not have happened or mattered.
Right.
So this was another really good match that has some really good storytelling on it.
And I think I read somewhere it might have been Fightful where Swerve basically after the show went out there, he confronted Adam Copeland and was like, all right, seeing this, you can't get the job done. I'll take it from here.
Right. And we also had Ospreay cut a promo backstage where he was quote unquote hiding out from AEW Medical saying that he wants the ball. So, and then also we can't forget about Jay White, who got involved in the main event. He was still hanging around the main event picture before the Cope Edge, whatever the fuck you want to call him, Moxley
Call that
match
nigga Edge.
was even announced or whatever. He was trying to get into the picture. So to me, I can't remember where I put that tweet out or whatever that thought, but I said the AEW main event title picture just got about 10 to 15 years younger on average because Edge and Christian are no longer quote unquote in it.
Yeah, so, especially after that Christian failed to cash in, which
they
a lot
really
of people
wanted to.
did not like that.
It was terrible. And to me, and I know people have said this, and I think Keeks had put this out there, because Edge doesn't like to do jobs and stuff like that. And this was a way for somebody to lose, for him not to eat the pin, and for also Christian to get screwed. And it may kickstart something again between the two of them, and they may finally have a decent match together at 50-something years old each. But to me, if you really wanted to send the crowd home happy and have a shock and just go at it, they should have had Christian reach out when he was in that bulldog choke with that one hand on Edge and pin him and get the victory.
Yeah, that would have been nice, like a nice little thing. But no, Mox choked him out, and it was funny. I always laugh with Mox. He's reverse. Before, he would bleed and nobody would bleed. Now, he don't bleed. Everybody else do it.
Bro, it's crazy. Like, and I even think I said this when we were talking about it in the group chat. I was like, 5-10 minutes into this match, Mox gonna get cold.
I just knew it because I'm like, there's no way Edge is taking out all of his crew members one by one to make sure he can fight him one-on-one in this match for this title. And they're not gonna get caught. Like something has to happen. And it did. And the only thing I can guess is because we had so much in the women's match and the cage match that they were just like, it's not needed for this one.
It was like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there. We got other stuff planned that will make this match good. We don't need to go there.
And either way,
Maybe
it
they
was
should
not good.
have.
It was not good. It was no. That's the less time spent talk about this, the better. But we're gonna talk about the Hollywood ending. Let's talk about that,
Bro. I don't mean to sound like Vince Russo, but God,
bro.
that was a good match, bro.
That was great, bro. I loved every second of that, bro. She bled like that, bro. Like, bro, I don't understand how. Like, bro, how do you top that, bro? That should have been the main event,
so
bro.
much color, bro. Bro. Two women. No, but seriously though, like, again, the stories that and AEW does a great job with their pay-per-views. WWE is starting to get better, and Triple H has like a little formula that he's following for their pay-per-views, and it's working out for them. He's working it out for them, I'll say. But AEW has it down, man. I'm talking about their pay-per-views. They rarely disappoint, and you have a lot of good quality matches with a lot of good storytelling. And it's not this card had more storytelling than matches with all the high spots. Because typically with AEW, you'll get, oh, this was a great match, this was a great match. You go back and watch it back, and it's like it was a bunch of high spots. This card had a bunch of great matches with great storytelling throughout the match, and it wasn't high spots doing the storytelling. It was just good quality wrestling and character work. And this match was jam packed with it. My favorite moment of this match was when they both did the tape and the glass on the fist.
Bruh. I was like, y'all are crazy. I said, whatever. I think I put out a tweet. I said, whatever screws or whatever sense that they had in their head left immediately.
Let me tell you something. This is one of those matches where I know Mick Foley talks about it, how that match against The Rock at the Royal Rumble where he took all those chair shots, took some time off his career and off his life in general. This was definitely one of those matches where I'll say it took some time off both their careers, maybe kind of shorten their lifespan just a little bit, because God damn, how do you, bro, she took a champagne bottle to the crotch. Kayfabe, it was to the crotch. It was really to her inner thigh, but still, like, if we really think about this, even if it was sugar glass, right? Even if it was sugar glass, you have an artery in your upper thigh that if that artery is punctured and it's not taken care of damn near immediately, you bleed out and you gone.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to, rest in peace, to Sean Taylor. He got hit and he bled out from getting hit in one of those arteries in his leg or his hip or whatever. And that's what took him out. It wasn't even to the body, head, nothing like that. It was he just bled out because he got hit in an artery in the wrong spot. And so for her to take that kind of shot to her inner thigh, leg, crotch area, wherever, like that close to that artery, that's insane.
Yeah. So this was another one that, like, if it was the main event, this was definitely it for it. But yeah, overall, I feel like AEW Revolution lived up to the hype if you just ignore that main event.
Bro, it's shout out to Grum. Shout out to my guy Grum. I believe it's at It's Grum with 2 M's on Twitter. But Grum had a tweet where he said, I'm so glad that Tony Khan decided to pay tribute to the series Game of Thrones, where you have all of this good stuff and then you end it with a flaming bag of shit. Like, that's basically what Revolution felt like. It was like you had seasons 1 through like 6, 7, roughly, some are 8.
Honestly, I watched all of it. I can tell you exactly when it fell off, when they ran out of material, and that was by season 6. they ran out of material. After that, season 7 and 8 was just improvised, and it was horrible.
Bro, the whole thing was 7 and 8 should have been combined into one season, lengthened out, maybe a few more episodes or something like that than a traditional season, and then end it right there. But like, I think that they tried to do too much in the production of it. And I think that's what happened with this main event. They tried to do way too much with the production of this main event, and it didn't come off the way they wanted it to. Nobody really came out looking the better except Swerve at the end when he jumped on Mox in security after Nana confronted Mox walking back with the title. That was the best part about the whole main event.
You will.
Well, yeah, the briefcase. I mean,
I ain't seen that title. We ain't seen that title in a while. Taking it back to Grum, he did a follow up on Twitter. He said the Death Riders could have been really cool if the entire roster still gave a shit about their ransacking. If anyone joined their cause, Orange Cassidy carried the flag for AEW one time, and Moss just became another heel with goons. Like, it was business as usual. Like it stopped feeling threatening. It felt like just a part of the show. Like, you could tell they tried to go some way, and it just completely fell apart.
It was like when it first started, it was kind of cool, and you could kind of see what they were maybe thinking or the direction that they tried to go in. It just didn't. It never came off like that. It just never came off like that, and that's what's so disappointing about it, is that storyline when it started has so much potential, and it just hasn't realized. Just flat out, it's falling flat, and now people are just like, okay, get the title off of him because I'm tired of seeing him with the briefcase. I'm tired of seeing him with the briefcase, and like it's not really doing anything for him.
Yeah. So, hey, I agree. Hopefully, like, I'm not finna just harp on it anymore. Hopefully, they figure something out. But what I am going to harp on is Naomi and Bianca.
Brother, give them two women an Emmy. Don't say an Oscar, because then you're gonna sound stupid, because that wasn't a movie. That was a TV show. TV shows win Emmys, movies win Oscars. They deserve Emmys for that. That, man, look, Women's History Month, we just came off of Black History Month, and they just pulled, bro, I'm talking about down to the details, bro. They wore funeral fits to the ring, bro.
Naomi in there with her neck brace, a bedazzled neck brace.
Bro, she wore it to the red carpet of Queen of the Ring, bro. She's selling the injury, bro. Kayfabe isn't dead, bro.
According to old girl at Revolution, it is. She was like, y'all know how to win. To see people like get upset about that was hilarious, by the way. Yeah, relax. We know it's scripted. Y'all do too.
Wait.
Relax.
What was extra funny to me was I was thinking the same thing until I saw Camille's video that she posted. And Camille basically explained that Damaris wasn't like poking fun at the predetermined nature of pro wrestling. She was just saying, like, it doesn't matter who wins. We're both going out there to succeed. You know, whether I'm taking the pin or I'm getting the pin, like, we're both going out there with a goal in mind to succeed. And she was more or less speaking to that. And she was like, she's been preaching the same message while they've been doing press this whole time together. So as a pro wrestler, for Camille to come out and basically defend Damaris and explain what she meant by that comment, that to me showed a lot of class on Camille's part. But it also showed that, once again, wrestling fans, especially the IWC, jumped to conclusions and took things out of context and weren't really paying attention to the whole thing, what it actually meant.
Oh my God, I can't believe she said it's fake. I'm like,
right. And then you had the tribalists who are arguing about it, saying, well, it doesn't matter because Triple H came out and said the same thing in the Raw Netflix preview and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, by this time, we all know it's predetermined. We all know it's choreographed. We know this.
If you're over the age of 10 and you don't know that it's scripted, buddy,
I got news.
My nephew knows it's scripted, and my buddy here is 15. He knows, but he still enjoys it. He still has fun.
But the thing is, though, let's be honest. Hold up. I don't know what happened to my camera, but oh, there it goes. I was pressing stuff. I do because, like, you know how on your trackpad on the laptop, if you just tap something,
it goes away.
It clicks. Yes. So I need to just move the mouse, move the hand on the trackpad. But anyway, it's like people know this. Like, it's not something that's like this big secret. Like, kayfabe died a long time ago. The fourth wall has been pulled down.
Soon as social media became a thing, it was inevitable. And then soon as said wrestlers got on social media and started posting their life, it was dead.
Bro, let me tell you, I fully believe like it died way before that.
Oh, it did. I'm talking about like it died. I feel like it died with Benoit.
I think it died before that.
No, it did. I'm talking about for me. For me,
okay.
For me, it died then. Around that time. I was like, oh.
I'm a tinge older, so it's it died before that for me. But yeah, it's like it's been like that. Like, we've all known this. So for you to say, "Oh, she's disrespecting the business," bro, if you're not in the business, if you have not taken a bump, counted a 3 count, or even made a freaking ring announcement or something like that, please shut the fuck up about it. Because I don't want to hear about you talking about disrespecting something that you're just a fan of.
Oh my gosh, she's exposing the business.
Exposing the business, my black ass.
I have not made a dime off wrestling. That's not non-video game related. I'm not in the business. So I don't care if it's getting exposed. I expose it myself. While we talking about this shit right now, we're talking about stuff behind the scenes. We're exposing it ourselves. Like, get a grip.
And here's another thing. Like, did you know that these people in their real lives, they have actual names? Mm-hmm. That's not really their screen names. And wait, even better. Let me come in close because I need y'all to really hear this one. They're not those characters in real life. They have real names and real lives outside of this wrestling shit. I'm sorry to tell you, Santa Claus ain't real. Neither is the Easter Bunny. And it's your mama and or your daddy broke ass that's leaving them dollars underneath your pillow, and not the Tooth Fairy. Sorry to expose it.
I figured that out when I was 5. I was like, wait a minute. Why is my tooth under in your drawer?
Hey, bro, you just told me to take out the trash, and I see my tooth sitting there. Come on now, dog. Like, for real. Come on, bro. You expect me to believe in Santa Claus when I just seen that bag with them shoes and that starter jacket and stuff in it in the closet? I saw you go and buy my Super Nintendo. I know it was from you. Stop it.
But come on, man. Y'all will get over it. Y'all will be all right. Wrestling is scripted. It's entertainment, but it's scripted. Let it go.
And the thing is, we just need to, well, I say we, but I mean them as wrestling fans just need to get over it, like you said, but just don't take this shit so serious, bro.
Yeah, as soon as I see niggas take it serious, that's when I check out. I'm like, you know what? You got it. You got it. You can take this block too, but you got it.
On the way out, you can take this block with you.
Because we're not doing this. We're not doing this. But yeah, back to this. I enjoyed every second of it. Naomi taking the blame. She said she was responsible for it. I kind of don't want them to reveal anybody else as a part of it. I want her to be the person.
Bro, I not only want her to be the person, I think it's perfect for her and Jade to enter into a program with each other. And I want it to be them too, because Naomi's a solid as veteran in that ring who could lead Jade to a decent match on a pay-per-view or on a big, SmackDown or Raw, wherever they choose to do it. but I would trust Naomi to lead Jade to a quality match in her first big time singles one-on-one match. And she's already proven she could take a hell of an ass whooping twice from Jade.
Yeah.
So I just can't wait to see how they write this story and then where they go, not only with them two in a feud together, but also with Jade and Bianca from that point forward. Because I know there's going to be some hard feelings, some animosity there as well, because they're basically putting Bianca in the middle of those two, of this blood feud. So I just want to see what they do with the three of those ladies moving forward. I think it's going to be some good stuff, and I'm thinking that one or both of them will be able to lead Jade to a decent match at a pay-per-view or a big show on TV.
Yeah, and I feel like this will be something to like you said with Jade. Like this is her coming out party, if you will. See, like, okay, hey, we put you got unfortunately you got injured. We created this storyline behind you. Now it's your coming out party. Now it's your time to shut people up. Now it's your time to step up and show up and show out and really say, hey, okay, I was in this tag team to get comfortable, but now I'm here. Now I'm locked in. Now I'm ready to go. Now, do we see someone adding, like, do we see Naomi getting help? Because Jade, they can't keep having Jade whoop her ass every week.
No, and the one thing I will say, as far as what I can see, as far as them adding help or Naomi getting a heater or somebody on her side or something like that, is I don't know, maybe if they put a stipulation to their match or something like that, or Naomi just picks up some sympathy from some other heels who are tired of seeing Jade, doing what she's doing or something like that. Or maybe Jade rubs somebody the wrong way or something, backstage or something like that, and they come out and they help Naomi just to spite Jade. I could see something like that happening, and maybe them adding another person or another couple of people to this, what have you. But it's still going to be interesting to see.
Oh yeah, for sure. So kudos to everybody, like the production wise, the way this was shot, the acting, everything. I enjoyed every second of it, top notch. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. Let's look at these notes right quick. LA Knight is
H2O.
He's a what?
It's high quality H2O.
Speaking of high quality, Randy Orton said John Cena's a bottom.
Bro, hey, what the hell, Randy? Bruh, come on, dog. You can't be doing I totally forgot about putting that in there. And I was just like, wait, he said what? Bruh, you can't, bro, you gotta say that on Raw on Netflix. You can't be saying that on USA on cable.
The crowd didn't catch it at all. Like they was like, yeah, that sounds normal. So I'm assuming that the crowd hears that a lot because they did not budge when they heard Randy Orton say this man is he said John Cena is so used to being on top, he has become the Rock's bottom.
Bro.
Yeah.
When you first hear it, I didn't really pay attention to it. It wasn't until people started posting clips online. That's when I was like, wait, he said what? And I kept watching it. I was like, yo, he did say that. How did I not catch that the first time he said it? But I mean, hey, it's Randy. He's back. Randy's at that state right now where he can do no wrong. Randy would literally have to punt kick Cody in the head in order for him to start to get heat.
Yeah.
He can't do anything wrong. So it's just people aren't gonna try to cancel him or
I haven't seen anybody get offended.
No, and that's the thing. Had Grayson Waller said that,
yeah,
they're done. They'd be like, get this motherfucker out of here. But I think because it's Randy Orton, nobody thought twice. Like, I swear, I didn't even think twice when he first said it. When I'm watching it live,
I think it
didn't catch
also
it.
because I'm always hearing it. Like I always hear people say, like hell, I'm friends with fucking Tevin. That nigga always say somebody's a bottom.
Bro, let me tell you something. Just following Tevin on Twitter, bro, like I'd be like, bro, are you serious? Like, do you know people can see what you tweeting? But he don't care.
He does not care. That's why I like it.
He does not care. I swear. Tevin reminds me of my cousin Joey. Rest in peace, Joey. I love that. Was like one of my favorite fucking cousins, bro. One of my favorite cousins. But Joey didn't give a fuck. And he would just say wild shit like that, and he just didn't care. Like, he would call you a bitch and curse you out and everything, and his mama and your mama sitting right there. Like, Joey, that was just Joey. That was just his person. Like, we just accepted him and loved him for who he was.
Yeah.
But that's Tevin reminds me of him.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I'm used to it. So when I hear it, I'll be like, oh. And then when you process, you're like, wait, what?
It's crazy how sometimes you're just so desensitized to hearing certain things where you don't even think twice about it until other people overreact to it.
Right. And even then you'd be like, all right, bro, relax.
Yeah, like, okay, chill out. I think that's where we are with this.
Yeah. Someone who has no chill is Cody Rhodes. He cut a promo on Raw and SmackDown. He's like, bro, I'm done with John Cena.
He ready to whoop John Cena ass. he done pissed him off enough to where he almost hit his lisp in both promos. He was so pissed. Like, that's how, when you got a nigga that mad where his lisp don't even pop up that much, like, you really pissed that man off, bro, to where his speech impediment he hid his speech impediment. He was so pissed. Like, you would think it would get worse. It got better because he was so angry.
He was locked in. He was like, bro, I got a black eye, I got a busted eardrum. Like, he was like, fuck all y'all.
And even on Raw, he's still having to wear the earplug in that ear because of the busted eardrum and everything.
Yeah, but you could tell because when he cut when the pyro went off, he was like,
yeah. It even hurt for him to take the thing out of his ear. But for the simple fact that you're gonna make him one of the biggest baby faces ever. One of the things that I think we skip out on is you had three of the most popular people on the planet, literally, in the ring beating his ass.
Mm-hmm.
In The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott.
And they all got booed.
Yes. When you have three of the most popular people on the planet walking right now, whipping your ass, and they're getting booed, this is why they ain't turning him heel, because he's their new Cena. He's their new baby face to lead the company, to hold the title every so often, to lose it to a heel, to make the chase and everything. Like, that whole 2-year ordeal with chasing Roman in the title was pure. It was great wrestling, because and this is why him winning at 39, the result at 39 was even better because of him paying off at 40, winning it. And you have to understand the chase with a baby face chasing a heel champion is always better than the actual win and the title reign itself for the baby face.
Facts. I agree. So Cody and Cena gonna be face to face is inevitable. Like, the promo, I was like, I enjoyed the promo on SmackDown, but then when it got to Raw, I'm like, okay, they could have been a tweet, because it felt like it felt like to me he said the same thing that he said on SmackDown. But I enjoyed, like, that's not taking it away, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was good. I liked it. I like that they're ramping it up, like I said earlier, on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, we are officially on the road. Last two bits from SmackDown. LA Knight is the United States champion once again. after defeating Shinsuke Nakamura.
Man, I ain't
I
gonna lie,
felt like
bro.
this was one of the most uneventful title reigns ever.
Yeah.
In like, I thought Braun Breaker's title reign was uneventful. Nah, Shinsuke Nakamura's title reign was nigga was just lurking around in the shadows and then lost the belt back to LA Knight.
Bro, it's like they changed and enhanced his character and built him up for what? For him to hold a title for like 50 days and then lose it on a SmackDown after a pay-per-view show.
And
Like,
apparently he's supposed to lose it last week.
bruh, yeah, but I think he got sick his friend died.
Yeah, his friend died, so they
His
gave
friend,
him
brother,
a
or
week
whatever
off.
died. But it's like, bruh, like what? Like what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, you finally got him like a real menacing heel character in the promos in Japanese and the vignettes and everything. I mean, it harkens back to the old school golden era when they had vignettes, but they're putting a new school spin to it, and him as this menacing heel is working. Why the fuck are you taking the title off of him now?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Me either. And I also
I
don't
don't get
get I also don't get how they keep having Mia lose every freaking time.
Bro, and the worst part about it is that they keep putting her in these street fight hardcore matches, and she excels in them.
Yeah.
I mean, she thrives in that environment. We've seen her on the main roster and go back down to NXT and have these kind of matches, and she makes it work. And for them to consistently have her, take the loss, the only way I can see all of that paying off is if she has some big triumphant win at some point. And
But to go 0-4, it's like,
bro,
how do you get the crowd to care? Because she keeps losing. It's not like a situation where it's with Cody where he lost once and then he got the win back, or with Jay where he lost. It's reaching that Jay Uso territory because didn't he also lost to Gunther 4 times.
Yeah. And like I said, the only way you see this paying off is if she has some big triumphant win on a bigger stage or whatever. And when you look at the way the Mania 2 nights are, like the way they're looking so far with the matches that we have and the matches that we may potentially get, where does this have room on night 1 or night 2?
They about to knowing Triple H, they're gonna put this on the SmackDown, WrestleMania SmackDown.
It's going to go on the SmackDown Go Home show, or if we're lucky, a pre-show for night 1 or night 2.
They haven't had a pre-show match.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
In years.
You're right. Yeah, it's gonna be on the Go Home SmackDown.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the Go Home SmackDown in Vegas. So I'm like, yeah, if they do run it back, but because at least they gave Alba Fire something to do. She's in Chelsea's cabinet now, so I can give them that credit.
That was cool to see her come back, especially after they released her tag partner Isla Dawn. To see her come back and her get some screen time and everything, and then to put her in the cabinet, so to speak. And the subtle thing that WWE is doing is that they have a freaking Canadian and I want to say a Scots woman and an Irish woman.
I think they're both Scott.
Or both Scott, whatever they ain't. None of them from here.
I could be wrong.
Ain't none of them from here. But one of them is the U.S. champion. The other two are her Secret Service and her cabinet.
Yeah,
that's the kind of little subtle stuff that I love about wrestling.
Yeah, Alba is Scottish.
Okay.
And I believe Piper is also Scottish. Yep. So the Canadian being in charge of 2 Scots.
Bro, come on, dog. Like, you can't tell me that's not highly fucking ironic that you have a Canadian as your U.S. champion who's acting like a pseudo president, and her 2 cabinet members or Secret Service members are Scotsmen.
Yeah, she's basically making fun of the USA, which I understand. I'm making fun of y'all too, and I'm from here.
Me too. And I love this storyline.
But switching over to Raw before we get up out of here and talk about the main bread and butter. Raw overall this week was a solid show.
Yeah.
I don't know why they gave Logan Paul and dude a live mic. That was fucking stupid.
I damn near turn my close my laptop.
See, because I overslept, so I missed like the first 20 minutes of Raw, and then as soon as I turn it on, I see Logan Paul in the ring. I'm like, okay. Then when they gave him a mic, what's his name?
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz. When they gave him the mic, I was like, I've heard about you.
I don't like nothing about you.
I don't like
you
your
the main
guy.
reason why Kendrick had that line about white comedians talking about black women.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't like your kind. I don't respect your kind.
Exactly.
Then you got two. And then AJ Styles came out to make the save. So basically, Andrew Schultz is supposed to be the babyface in this scenario.
Which is insane. And I noticed that AJ didn't really interact with him much outside of this little hand raise thing right here.
AJ's from Atlanta, from Georgia.
Yup.
We don't fuck with a lot of people.
Nope.
And we have a reason to.
Yup.
Won't
go into details, but you just know, yep.
Yeah. Crazy. But this is really going to be AJ's WrestleMania match?
Unfortunately, he only has like 3 left, and they're wasting.
I think that's what my fucking problem is. Like you're wasting the few matches that he said, because he plans on retiring. For those who don't know, he plans on retiring by 50.
Yeah,
he said he's gonna be done. Like he does not intend on re-signing anywhere. It's wrestling. He could be lying, or he could get the bug at the last minute as he's about to make that decision, or he can pull a Sting and just legit retire because Sting is done.
Yeah. You know, I hope he just retires and doesn't do the whole multiple comebacks thing. If he does, maybe it's a one-off here or there. But he's had a great career so far. I just hope he goes out in the way that he is happy with going out.
Facts. So, hey. And I've had people that was like, oh, you hating just to hate. I don't want to see Logan Paul. Let's start there.
No,
and then on top of that, you want him to have a match with AJ Styles. Will the match be good? Probably. Will I enjoy it? Probably not. Because it's Logan fucking Paul.
This is like the opener for night 1 to show you some cool moves, some high spots and whatnot. AJ is going to make sure he leads Logan to a good match.
Yeah.
And AJ should get the win, send the people home happy. That's how that match should go.
Because it's not like Logan Paul gonna be there consistently. That brother is beyond part-time.
He's what I call spot time. He's not even part-time. Because part-time, you there at least half of the time or more.
Yeah.
Spot time, you may work a shift this week and you may not work a shift next.
He's seasonal.
Yeah, that bingo. There we go.
Yeah. Because I worked at Walmart once upon a time and I was seasonal. Like you're here for a season.
Yeah.
Not a long time, just a season. So he's a seasonal wrestler. If you enjoy Logan Paul, kudos to you. Don't try to combat my opinion with saying, "Oh, but it'll be a good match, though." Okay, cool, congratulations. But my opinion will still stand. I ain't trying to see this nigga. Let's start there.
I could see AJ Styles having a good match with at least 3 to 5 other wrestlers that would be more meaningful and just as entertaining without having to involve Logan Paul.
Yeah. And speaking of entertainment, it could be for the Intercontinental title that they've been teasing, but I digress. Speaking of entertaining, New Day, this heel turn. They finally picked up. I enjoy everything about it. And shout out Kev on stage. He was actually at the show. Him and Xavier Woods had an interaction where he was like, "Churchy sucks."
Yes. His wife got it all on camera too.
Like, Yeah. This incarnation, Kofi without a mustache is still haunting me, but
I love it though. I'm not gonna lie, I love it.
so yeah. That and I enjoy everything about it, like the match. We got what you call it? We got Chad Gable, or I should not say Chad Gable, as under a mask.
That was Carlos Galvez. That was not Chad Gable. We saw it backstage when not Mackenzie
Kathy
what's
Kelly.
her name? Kathy Kelly. When Kathy Kelly was interviewing him, we clearly saw the masked wrestler Carlos Galvez, and then Chad Gable was getting interviewed by Kathy Kelly. Okay,
Yeah.
it wasn't Chad.
Yeah. So, oh, thank you. Or gracias.
Gracias.
This is the overtop shenanigans that I expect from this, and Chad Gable is going to make it work exceptionally well. I can appreciate that. Last two bits from Raw before we get up out of here. Io, Bianca, Rhea is all but confirmed that it'll be a triple threat.
Hey, bro. To me, I thought the best part of that was Rhea and Bianca confronting each other, and I'm like, ooh, they about to go at it, and they about to have a match to see who fight Io or something like that. And when Rhea mushed Io in the face, I was like, oh shit. Then when Bianca did, I was like, oh shit. And I really thought like Io was gonna fall out the ring and then springboard drop kick both of them at the same time. But they pulled the swerve on us, and she just slapped the ever-loving shit out of both of them. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then she had a full-blown grown woman temper tantrum?
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
She's like, I'm the champion. I'm the champion. WrestleMania is mine. I'm like, I respect it.
The ladies are outshining the men again.
Don't they always? Don't they always?
Just saying. We've been preaching this on Sucio Sports about basketball, college, and pro last couple years. The women in the WWE are living up to that same mantra where they are outshining the men on a more consistent basis, week after week.
Yeah. So, hey, I can appreciate it. I can. I'm enjoying the ride that they're taking us on. As The Rock says, I'm enjoying the rock that they're taking us on. Hopefully, if it's a triple threat, should this close the Mania as the discourse say, or should this should this open like night one, like night two?
I would say either a curtain jerker for either night, preferably two, or go on just before the main event of night one or two. Because you want to have something that's going to end you on like a whoa shit high to keep you up there, so that way the crowd is up for the main event. So you got to have a pre-match for the main event that'll get you up there, or you got to open the show with that. To me, that to me was like calling back to building a card. How do you build this card? This is either a good curtain jerker or a pre-main event match.
Facts. And speaking of the main event, Seth Rollins and CM Punk, steel cage match.
These two, how Punk and Cena used to have that insane chemistry, and they showed that again in the Elimination Chamber. These two have that same kind of chemistry, and this is why you have to acknowledge Seth Rollins is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now, because Seth Rollins has that chemistry with damn near everybody he gets in the ring. You talk about him and Punk, the trilogy that him and Cody had, the matches that him and Cena have had, the matches him and Roman have had, him and Triple H. I mean, everybody that you've seen Seth Rollins have a major feud with, they've had some of their better matches. But this was no exception. He does not miss in big matches.
Nope. I was getting annoyed though with the constant kick out. I was like, all right, I need y'all to lose. Somebody needs to lose. Stop kicking out. Because I'm like, okay, 1 GTS, okay, cool. 2 GTS, all right, you losing me. 3, motherfucker, stop. Like, please stop. But obviously, that was just used to set up the inevitable return of the one and only OTC, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Loved it. And I love the fact that he went straight after Seth because Seth was the one who stomped him, and he did not go after Punk.
Yet.
So he saw Heyman consoling Punk in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I feel like Roman. I feel like you didn't double stomp. He put 2 feet to the back of your neck. I feel like you should have stomped him some more.
I think he wanted to with the stair stomp and got stopped.
No,
But he gave up a little too
easily.
easily. He gave up a little too easily on that stair stomp.
He took too long. Like, bro, you sitting here talking shit. This man tried to cripple you.
Did
Boy,
he
you
take
better.
too long, or did they take too long coming from the back?
That was a long ramp.
That is the longest MSG entrance I have ever seen in my life, because typically the MSG entrance is about like it looks like a hallway, a big ass hallway. That's what it looks like.
Oh yeah, because they used to have it coming from like where the crowd used to sit.
It was
because it was shorter.
way closer.
Because
Like
it was shorter.
It damn near looked like shooting a free throw from the ring to the entrance is what it used to look like. And now it looked like a whole damn basketball court and a half.
Yeah, facts. So, hey, we got Roman to close out the show. Paul is scared as shit. So we're basically getting. This is basically another triple threat we're getting. At Mania.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it, especially how they're going to craft this and build this and everything else. And Heyman is going to play a major factor in it because he's on both sides of Punk and Reigns. So I can't wait to see all the interactions.
I've seen someone say that they I wouldn't be surprised if they use this as a setup to the inevitable Punk and Roman match at, like, say, a SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so.
Like this would be a catalyst to knock out the Seth Rollins part, but whoever doesn't take the pin or whoever takes the pin is going to be set up for, because I feel like they're not going to utilize the Punk favor until after Mania.
Yeah, probably so.
So I'm intrigued to see where they go. Like Raw overall, like it picked up at the end, like always. SmackDown was SmackDown. The tag team division is obviously cooking. I like Nick Aldis giving us a breakdown. So like if you missed SmackDown for the past 6 months, he gave you a full breakdown of the tag team division. Before we get up out of here, what you got coming up?
Susio Sports tomorrow night. I'm gonna talk about a lot of NFL stuff, some NBA stuff, a little bit of college basketball, but a lot of NFL. Okay. You can follow that at Susio Sports right there underneath on Twitter. It's Susio Sports on YouTube. And I believe it's Susio_sports on Instagram, but just follow us on Twitter and on YouTube. That's where you can watch
that's where you get the main stuff. Now, obviously, the conversation that you heard here will continue this Thursday. Public Enemies podcast. New brand, new logo, same Public Enemies.
100,000.
Yeah, but and yo, we hit 100,000 over there. Like, I didn't contribute to it personally because I came late in the game. That was all Graham, all CJ, all Ben. Like, that trio held it down, doing a thing, and we just been elevating ever since. And we got so much stuff coming up as well. But yo, make sure you guys tap into the Public Enemies podcast on Thursday, 7:20 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, around the same time as you tap into this one every Tuesday. And hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. And with that being said, make sure you guys follow yours truly at @isgresh, @isgresh everywhere else. Hit that subscribe to the pod. We're on the road to 5,000 consistent downloads. So hopefully you guys continue to show love to the show, to the brand, and everything that we got going on. And hope you guys don't get bored of us, because we don't get bored of giving you guys this. But with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets, and remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Y'all be breezy. Wrestling is cool when you know it ain't real.
This nigga here.